Alrighty, how's everybody doing today? Breezy here. Gonna bring you the first installment of one of my new series I like to call Checks Encounters. I'm just gonna be doing a like analysis and listing some counters or checks to a Pokemon that is threatening or has been used a lot in a certain tier or generation. And the first one I'm doing is for the 4th Gen NU. The only reason why I did this is because one of my friends is interested in coming back into battling, and he really liked 4th Gen NU. And he asked me what was threatening, what is used a lot, and then he asked me how to counter this so-set Pokemon I mentioned in Skype chat. So, with further ado, let's get this thing started. So, and that Pokemon is Magmortar. Magmortar is a very diverse Pokemon with stats, kind of. Its move pool is limited on one side of the spectrum being physical, and its base stats are generally alright, but since its move pool is very limited, like I said before, it's going to be stuck in the NU tier. HP 75, attack 95, defense 67, special attack 125, speed 95, special D 95, and speed 83. Now the big selling point of Magmortar is its base special attack of 125. That's one of the highest in NU, I believe. It's up there, I know that. So it's going to be a nice chunk. Its attack stat is pretty high, but it's, like I said, physical is not really Magmortar's strong side. And special D, that's alright, but its HP stat is mediocre. And without any form of recovery, Magmortar is not that used as a wall, so don't even. You can try it, but it's really not that good because it just. Water, ground, and rock are just really things that are hit hard with the Magmortar. Plus, Stealth Rocks is going to hinder you as well. And its speed is going to play into its role as well as a sweeper in the special side, and that's gonna play in key in one of the things I talk about in a few minutes. But anyways, first I like to go over the kind of sets that are usually seen with Magmortar. So if you guys just give me 1 second, I will be back and get this thing ready. Okay, welcome back. Now for the next couple of minutes, I'm gonna go over the sets used with Magmortar. There's generally 3 sets that I listed in Smogon, and I've seen all these through my time of battling NU tier, and they all do some nice damage and are threatening to those whose teams are prepared and don't have anything to go against Magmortar. Alright, so the first set is a mixed attacker. Uh, this would be with Life Orb because they add power to 30% on either spectrum. Hasty and Naive are used for speed bonus because I believe one of them lowers one of the. I can't remember. I know one of them lowers your defense. I think it's Hasty. Yeah, Hasty lowers your defense. I think Naive lowers your specialty. I'm 100% sure, but I really know Hasty lowers your defense. But besides that, those things for added speed, so it's gonna have a nice speed stat. Its 2 forms of stab are Fire Blast and Flamethrower. Of course, everybody knows Fire Blast for being the strong fire type move. Not the greatest accuracy, but Flamethrower is there for as an option with the 95 base power and 100 accuracy. So, either ways, you guys can get burns and nice chunk of damage with Life Orb. Thunderbolt is generally there for water types that resist Fire Blast. So that's not really going to be beneficial. Well, I mean, it is really beneficial for Magmortar because it takes care of its things that walls it. HP Grass or Ice Grass is there for said walls like Quagsire, Gastrodon, and Wishcast because those things are times 4 to Grass. And Ice is there for I wouldn't say because really maybe I would say thing that comes to mind is Gligar because Gligar can be kind of a wall because it does resist Fire Blood. Thunderbolt and Hammer Cross is resisted too, I believe. I can't remember, but anyways, it hits Gligar times 4 and it could be nice bonus. Cross Chop is there just so it can hit things on the special side and physical, and because if physical wasn't there, it can hit on the physical side. Now let's go on to the second set. This set is just specially based, and it's just as like as a special. I mean, mixed attacker, but it's just special, like I said. Its main item is going to be Life Orb, like I said, 30% on either side of the spectrum, which is really good. Or Expert Belt. Expert Belt boosts, I believe, super effective hits by 10%. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure, but extra belt is used for other reasons, but I'm not going to mention why until after I talk about the third set. Timid or modest are the two main natures used. Timid for added speed, modest for uh, bonus in its special attack stat. Once again, two forms of stab are Fire Blast and Flamethrower, and I spoke that in the last set. Thunderbolt, spoke about that as well for any of those water types. And Focus Blast is there for things like Regirock that resist Fire Blast. I think Thunderbolt's neutral. So it hits things like Regirock pretty hard, which is pretty nice that because normally they can really KO Magmortar with Earthquake or Stone Edge, and they do have Stone Edge Stealth Rock, so Stealth Rocks is going to talk about that later as well. Hidden Power Grass or Ice, once again, we talked about that in the last set for Grass, Water types, and anything other. And now onto the final sets. The final set for Magmortar is generally the choice set. Can run either Scarf or Specs. Nowadays, everybody runs Scarf Magmortar or Magmar or whatever, and it's really common. So you probably see that majority of the time on Magmortars. Specs, I do see that in Specs, but it's not as popular as Scarf. Once again, timid or modest nature. Said that before and last thing. Once again, Fire Blast. This time has Overheat on Smogon, but people really don't. I find Overheat not very a lot reliable because even though Fire Blast can miss, Overheat just gives the -2, and I don't really like that on Sweeper. Thunderbolt once again for the water types. I keep saying this, I always forget about it. But anyways, Focus Blast again for Regirock and other things, and once again, Hidden Power Ice and Grass. Now I'm gonna go back to the point I said a couple minutes ago about the Expert Belt. People generally use Expert Belt to bluff this Scarf. I've seen plenty of people do that, and it does catch people off guard because they switch out and they don't take Life Orb damage, so they always assume it's Scarf. So watch out for that as well. And the next segment, I want to talk about walls that could potentially wall Magmortar, but don't really do that great of a job. So I'll just be right back and give. All right, welcome back. Like I said, we're going to be talking about people who could potentially work, but not really. So the first person I have is Probopass, Rock Steel type with a base special defense of 150. That's really high. I believe it's the second best, next to. Oh well, but anyways, I think it's really high. Rock Steel, so resist Fire Blast is normal. Thunderbolt is neutral. Focus Blast and Cross Chop. That's ×4 effective against Probopass. And Modest Life Orb, I already count this, will do about 90% damage to Magmortar Probopass. So that's going to be a lot of damage if it hits. But you all have the rare chance of that it misses. So if it hits, it's going to do a lot of damage to you. What's called resist ice. A Hidden Power Grass will do neutral damage. So it does have some nice selling points. Also, it can learn Thunder Wave. So you paralyze it with the Scarf set and outspeed the next turn. You could also run Power Gem. If it's already paralyzed and it's in, you will be faster. Hit with the Rock Gem. That should do nice chunk of damage. And also has Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks is a big point in competitive battling, and Probopass could learn them. So Stealth Rock support is a nice way to take out Probopass because it will take 25% damage in entry. Also, Spikes would help too, as well as Toxic Spikes. The next guy I really want to talk about is Gastrodon. Gastrodon is Water Ground type with a base special D of 82. So Water Ground combo, that's really nice, but you got to worry about Hidden Power Grass because this ×4 effective. It can't be hit by its Thunderbolt. It resists its stab attack, so that's really nice. Focus Blast won't be doing that much damage because it is neutral, and we just covered its all attacks right there. It has a form of recovery, unlike Probopass, so that's a good thing. And it has two super effective moves in Earth Power and Waterfall /Surf/Earthquake. So that's makes Gastrodon a really potential wall to Mag Mortar. I keep talking about it. But anyway, the astronaut is really good. Also has access to stockpile, so with +3, it super effective moves and like Empire Grass won't be doing nothing. So try Gastrodon, see if it works out for you. And finally is Mantine. Mantine water flying typing and with a specialty of 140. And first thing I said was water flying, and that's ×4 weakness to Thunderbolt. If you're up against a life orb modest Magmortar, Thunderbolt's going to one shot you every single time, so don't even worry about it. Resist Fire Blast, Focus Blast, Himpower Grass, and Himpower Ice will do neutral damage. But you really, Mantine isn't the best choice. Its move pool isn't that great. You can't toxic it. You can run sub Aqua Ring that can, you sub up and have Aqua Ring, you're gonna get deal consistent HP back. You also have Surf, who hits effectively. So these three guys here are probably the three, I would say, B team to take out, handle Magmortar, and try any of them, and if they work for you, that's great. But now I'm going to go into the guys who I think will get the job done really well and can really handle Magmortar. So just give me a second, and I'll be. Alright guys, so we're back again, and here, these are Pokemon that get the job done really well. So, and they have really good selling points on which one you can use. First guy I chose was, I keep saying Garchomp, Dusclops. Base specialty of 130, and it's a ghost typing. Right, since it's ghost, it can't be hit by its fighting type, so Focus Splash and Cross Chopper out the window. Anything that hits neutral for Dusclops will be doing around 30, maybe around 40%. And you have access to Pain Split, which is really nice recovery. And you also can run the Rest Sleep Talk, which is always good, like it's beneficial. And Cursing Set can be used well because it's always constant damage with the Life Orb. And it can have access to Earthquake, which is a really nice selling point too, because I count, and with no attack investments, Earthquake will do around 48%. So with 2 entries of Stealth Rocks, you might be able to take it out. So that's really good for Garchomp. Also has access to Toxic, which if it's Life Orb, Toxic damage and Life Orb is going to build up on it and should be able to take it out in no time. Next guy I have is Hypno. Hypno, base specialty of 115, and it's a Psychic type. Psychic is resisted by its Focus Blast, so that's really good. Access to Thunder Wave, Protect, and Wish, so paralyze it, Scarf Set, it's immediately screwed up, and you have yourself a really nice counter. Seismic Toss, consistent damage, and you have reliable recovery and Wish Protect, like I said. Anything it doesn't stop effective is going to do around 30%, so that's really good. Next is Gardevoir. Once again, it's basically the same thing as Hypno, Psychic type with the base specialty of 115. That can do basically the same job as Hypno. And also has access to Light Screen, I believe Hypno does too. So Light Screen will lower the attack of any special moves, and also a Wish Protect going, Toxic, I believe learns Thunder Wave. So Gardevoir is a really nice counter as well, or check. And finally, I have Slowking. Slowking, Water Psychic type with a base specialty of 115. Now, Slowking is probably one of the better ones because it resists Fire Blast, Focus Blast, Hidden Power Ice, and Hidden Power Grass doesn't do that much damage. So Slowking is a really good counter to Magmortar. It also has access to Toxic, Thunder Wave, Reflect, Light Screen, and really nice recovery in Slack Off, and can hit you super effective in Surf. So once these are the guys that really get the job done, try them out and let me know if they work or not. And if this helps you out, please leave a like and a comment explaining your thought process behind this. And I will probably continue doing these once in a while, because if I notice any things I find threatening or overused in the tier, I will do another videos like this. So if you guys like this, leave a comment and a like, and I might do these again in the future. And if you think I did anything wrong or like anything more, please let me know. I'll try to fix that, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.